If you've found your way here, it's probably not by accident. Chances are you're feeling a pull, a need for some kind of change, or maybe just a moment to find your footing again. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to use some powerful ideas as a map to help us reset, restart, and refocus.
Does this hit close to home? That feeling? It's not just, I need a nap tired. It's that deep down exhaustion, a weariness that comes from just everything. From the daily grind, from feeling like you're running on a treadmill, it's that feeling of long days that just sort of bleed into each other. And that right there, that's our starting point. Just admitting it and feeling it right here and right now.
So let's talk about that weight we're all feeling. For this first part, we're going to take a hard look at the nature of reality itself and how the heaviness of our current situation can really start to shape our entire world.
It seems like a pretty simple question, right? But the answer? That's a whole different story. What actually defines your reality? Is it your job? Your family? The good stuff? The bad stuff? Just take a second and really think about it. What are the pillars holding up the world as you see it?
Okay, and this leads us to something absolutely crucial. Reality isn't this solid, unchangeable thing that just happens to us. It's actually something we build, piece by piece, from what we know and what we're aware of. And honestly, that's a total game changer. Why? Because it means that if we can shift our awareness, even just a little, we can literally start to rebuild our own reality.
And this is the kind of trap we fall into when our reality just feels like it's crushing us. We start to believe that this is our role, that it's our destiny to fail. We tell ourselves this story that, hey, maybe we're just here to balance things out for all the winners. It's such a painful thought, and man, can it feel true when you're in it.
But here's a way to flip that on its head. That feeling of struggle, of constantly pushing against a wall, what if it's not a sign that you're meant to lose? What if it's just a symptom of the way things are right now? It's feedback. It's not the final verdict. Just because this is how things are today doesn't mean it's how they have to be tomorrow.
So if we want to start changing things, where do we begin? Well, a lot of the time it means we have to turn around and look backwards. So let's get into our second part, confronting the very past that so often holds our present hostage.
At the end of the day, it really just boils down to this one fundamental choice. When it comes to all the stuff in our past, all the hurts and regrets, we really only have two options. We can spend all our energy running, trying to outpace our own shadows, or we can stop, turn around, and actually see what lessons they've been trying to teach us all along.
Pain is an incredible messenger, but only if we're brave enough to actually listen to it. It tells us exactly where we've been and what wounds still need our attention. That's the history teacher part. But it also shows us our patterns, our deepest fears, and what we need to change to build a totally different future. And that's the fortune teller. Let's be honest, a huge chunk of our pain comes from fear. Specifically, the fear of losing the things and people we care about. But clinging to something just because you're scared of losing it, well, that can poison the whole thing. And this leads to a pretty radical idea. Maybe the real path to freedom is learning to let go. Training ourselves to release that tight grip we have on everything. And this is something we all need to hear. A setback is just a setback. Taking a wrong turn doesn't mean you're at a dead end. It is so important to remember this, not just for ourselves, but for how we see other people too. We all stumble, we all get lost sometimes. The most important part is remembering that getting back up is always an option.
All right, this right here is a major turning point in our little journey. Once we've owned up to our reality and started to face our past, the whole focus begins to shift. It turns inward. So welcome to part 3, finding and unleashing the power that you already have inside you.
We spend so much of our lives looking for answers out there, don't we? We look to experts, to friends, to society, to the internet, but the most important answers, the ones that really truly matter for you, they can only be found by turning down the volume on all that outside noise and actually listening to that quiet voice inside.
Now this is a serious call to action. It's a reminder that your potential, it's already there. It's not some missing piece you have to go out and find. It's something you just need to unlock. But here's the catch. Nobody else can do it for you. You have to be the one to step up, grab the wheel, and start steering your own ship.
And don't you ever forget this. You have a right, an undeniable right, to chase your own happiness. It all starts with your right to just listen to your gut, that inner compass. And once you've put in the work and earned your place, nobody else gets to tell you no.
So let me ask you, who's got the right to stop you? The answer is simple. Nobody.
This just sums up this whole section perfectly, doesn't it? I mean, strength that's never been tested isn't really strength at all. It's by navigating through the hard times, through the adversity, that we develop a kind of resilience and beauty that is just so rare and so incredible.
Okay, so we've done the deep dive inward. Now it's time to zoom out and broaden our perspective. This final part of our journey is all about how our personal story connects to something way, way bigger than just ourselves, the impact we have on the world. I absolutely love this. For thousands of years, people have been trying to figure out what makes a life good or successful. The ancient Egyptians, they boiled it all down to two beautifully simple questions that decided everything about your legacy.
And here they are. It's got nothing to do with money or fame or power. It's all about joy. First, did you find it for yourself? And second, did you share it with others? It's just this perfect, simple way to measure a life well lived. A balance between being fulfilled yourself and making a positive difference for others.
In this quote right here, it just illustrates that second question perfectly. Real greatness, a real legacy, it's not about what you get in the end. It's about what you give. It's about contributing to a future that you might not even be around to see, just for the sake of those who come after you.
And so we end up right back where we started, with you. After thinking about your reality, your past, that power inside you, and the legacy you might leave, this is really the only question left that matters. You are at the helm of your own ship. So, what course will you charge?